Will there be a Last of Us Part 3? With HBO's The Last of Us Season 2 set to begin airing weekly on April 13th, Naughty Dog's head of creative and co-president Neil Druckmann has been asked for his thoughts on The Last of Us Part 3. His answer? Don't bet on there being more of The Last of Us. This could be it. This statement shocked fans of the series, as just last February, a documentary titled Grounded, The Making of The Last of Us Part 2 released where Druckmann claimed, "We would love another Last of Us. I've just been thinking about it. Is there a concept there? And for years, I haven't been able to find that concept. But recently, that's changed, and I don't have a story, but I do have that concept that to me is as exciting as 1, as exciting as 2, as its own thing, and yet has this through line for all 3. So it does feel like there's probably one more chapter to this story." So what happened? In the last year, has Naughty Dog had a change of heart and decided it's finally time to move on from their biggest franchise? The answer is no. Since last February, Naughty Dog has announced their brand new IP, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. Currently, there is no reason for them to give any type of promotion for The Last of Us Part 3 when their main focus is Intergalactic. Yes, Naughty Dog has marketed 2 games at the same time before. The Last of Us Part 2 and Uncharted: The Lost Legacy were both promoted at the same time, but both franchises had already been established and had a fan base. Intergalactic is brand new and needs to draw as much attention as possible instead of splitting the attention with The Last of Us Part 3. There's also the fact that Sony is a business. The Last of Us is a billion-dollar franchise that Sony clearly intends to keep making money off of, which is evident by the multiple remasters and remakes of Part 1 and Part 2. And they even had a multiplayer game in the works until it was unfortunately cancelled last year. Even today, they just officially announced The Last of Us Complete Edition, which includes both games and additional merchandise. With Season 2 releasing this year, and yesterday Season 3 was announced, The Last of Us franchise will continue gaining popularity from the HBO series for years to come. There is simply too much money being left on the table with all the attention the series will be getting for Sony to not capitalize on making The Last of Us Part 3. HBO will also be attempting to pressure Sony to make another game in order for them to make a 4th or 5th season of one of their most popular shows ever. So while I do believe that Sony has complete faith in Naughty Dog with Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet, I also believe there must be some internal pressure for Naughty Dog to make The Last of Us Part 3 afterwards. So, Mr. Druckmann, I would in fact bet on there being more of The Last of Us. Do you believe that Naughty Dog is stepping away from The Last of Us? And would you be interested in The Last of Us Part 3?